Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CoculesNation. My name is Secret Agent X No Cocules. I'm the founder and the director of the Cocules Industry Spy Network and the CoculesNation. So, I'm going to be taking a look at a Debian-based distribution. I've been taking a look at those recently. A little something called Sparky Linux, which, if we go ahead and take a look at the homepage for Sparky Linux, this is on sparkylinux.org. This is a lightweight, customizable operating system based upon GNU Debian Linux. Well, with that, there are quite a few things that are going to be done with this specific operating system. So I will go ahead and use 23.10 x86-64 version. I did get the minimal GUI build of it, which should be fine, though I should really be using 2024-01, but hopefully we shouldn't be too late, and I can just go ahead and do whatever in that regard. So with that, I will go ahead and pull up this minimal GUI that I have here. It has to be selected, so Debian. It is Debian-based. I think it will be based upon Debian 12. Or is it Debian testing? I think it's Debian testing, so we'll go ahead and do that. Go forward with it. I will give it 16,384 megabytes with 6 CPUs available. We will go ahead and go forward. We're going to create a disk image. I'll do 25 gigabytes today. And we're going to do Sparky. And we're going to go ahead and finish it. Virtual machine will be made. I will go ahead and close this. And then go into the VM. Okay, so what we see here is the Sparky 8 sort of deal. This was for Sparky 7. This is called the Seven Sisters. But we will go ahead and take a look here. I did get the minimalistic GUI, which most likely is going to be what looks to be IceWM. I think this is IceWM. No, it's LXQt. I can see that. So I want to track down where we can even do the installation. Here's the Sparky installer. I didn't even see the Sparky installer there. And this uses the Calamares installer. So we can go ahead and go next. It does correctly pick Los Angeles, which is my time zone. Just erase the disk and give it all to Sparky. And then obviously I'll put in my full name. We'll do Nickdoig. The name of this computer is actually going to end up being Doig Sparky. I will go ahead and make a strong and complicated password. We are not going to log in automatically because I do like the password. We will use the same password for the administrator account. This will be fine. And we should be good to go. Alright, so now Sparky 8 Seven Sisters is installed. We will go ahead and reset the virtual machine. Here is disconnected. I will go ahead, get back in there. We will go into Sparky GNU/Linux. And we'll go ahead and take care of that. And of course, we will enter in our username and strong and complicated password. It looks like we will be using the X session and it comes with OpenBox installed. Let's do an OpenBox session. And this is OpenBox. I could actually get out of there, but for the looks of things, I think I'm going to want something different. So, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and do an update. Now, it looks like it's actually not going to let me do the update, so I guess I will just do this. Sudo apt update, &, sudo apt upgrade -y. I will go ahead, enter my strong and complicated password, and let Sparky do its thing. There's actually quite a few of these things here, which is insane, to say the least. But it will pretty much bring everything that it needs to bring in. Now I should have Spice VD Agent already installed, so I may be able to do 1440p and try to size it to my VM, so we'll see how that goes. And that is going to take a little bit to get done. Holy cow, that is massive. These have been kept back for the time being. That's going to be a little insane. I'm going to go ahead and get some more water with lemon, and I will be right back with you once this thing is done. Alright, so we are done there. Let's go ahead and reboot. That's not a thing, is it? Okay, that's a thing. Alright, I can go ahead and get inside of there. Pretty obvious at this point. They require this. We'll go ahead and do that. There we go, done and dusted. Let me zoom out. I think it should be okay there. Now, let's go back to our monitor settings. I will go ahead and do 1920 by 1080. Set the refresh rate to 60. We're going to apply that and save the configuration. Cancel this. That's going to look a little weird. Well, nitrogen will save the day. And I just have to do this nonsense. There we go. So let's take a look-see. We are using OpenBox as our primary desktop environment. I hadn't used OpenBox much, though I think this looks more like LXQt. One of our viewers actually told us that the OpenBox window manager is the default that's used for LXQt. So shouts out to him for that. He kind of knows Linux more than I do, but then again, he uses Debian, which is systemd free Debian. We're going to go to the accessories thing real quick. We've got an applications thing, PCManFM. I'm using that on i3. Yes, I'm recording this video inside of the i3 window manager. We've got Gnote. I don't know what that is. We've got LightDM. LightDM is basically the login manager that's used. That's what you have seen earlier. There's an image viewer, mousepad, which is a text editor. I was using Nitrogen a little bit. I do have Nitrogen. This is what I use. We've got a clipboard manager called Parcelite. Onboard, which is basically an on-screen keyboard. This, I think, is something you could do akin to KeePassXC, but unencrypted. Got a screenshot feature and an archive manager called Xarchiver. Under the development section, we just have the icon browser, no Vim. I think Vim's not even installed on this machine. For graphics, you've got Image Viewer and Image Magic. Multimedia, you've got a system tray mixer and PAVU, or Pulse Audio and Volume Control. For internet, you've got a network configuration, you've got the ESR version of Firefox, and the RiseUp VPN. RiseUp, I think, is an American VPN, which makes it 5i, so I'll avoid that. Under Office, we just have a document viewer. Under Settings, we've got all of this stuff. This includes YAD, you've got Tint, Qt5, there's a Power Manager, firewall configuration that will use UFW. And then we have all of these things here in the system. So not much, but then again, this is for a very lightweight distribution. Control-Alt and T doesn't even work, so I'm going to have to bring it up like this. That's interesting. What's the terminal we are using right now? LX Terminal 0.4.0. It's part of the LXDE project, so we're going to see how that's going to go. And let's see if HTOP is on this machine. It is not. So I can go ahead and install HTOP real quick, enter my strong and complicated password. That shouldn't be too bad. So let's actually get into HTOP and see what we're looking at. We are using 427 megabytes of the 16 gigabytes I have given this machine of RAM, and my 6 CPUs I am using on this virtual machine, they are also looking fine. Nothing for the swap because a swap was not made. I'd like to get a swap made, at least allocate about a gigabyte to the swap and make a swap file, not a swap partition sort of deal. But that's basically what we're looking at on that front. Why? This acts like a little princess. Anyway, we have that. All of these are going to show up here. RiseUp has an extremely big logo. I think I'm going to go ahead and actually get rid of that. Sudo apt auto remove -- purge RiseUp VPN. I think that's what it is. Oh yeah, and I can get rid of all of that stuff. just because of one silly little thing here. Good, because I can get rid of that because I do not need any of this. There we go, done and dusted. Now, I could probably go ahead and try my hand at installing the i3 desktop manager, but I may go ahead and do that in a separate video, since that's all the time I have for this one. Thank you, and good night.